So my blog is called One of Those Days for a good reason, because I have one of those days on the reg. Frequently, it's like multiple ones of those days in a row, and I am just getting finished with one of those semesters. It has been a rough semester for a lot of reasons. A big part of it is school. I'm not really happy with the program that I'm in right now and how it's going. And you know, another part of it is boys, and I'm sure that nobody wants to sit here and listen to me complain about the incredible master's program that I'm in. So we're gonna talk about boys, and this is just gonna be raw, uncut, unedited. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm just gonna talk, and we're gonna see how it goes. But a couple of weeks ago, I had like a super serious post on my blog about my last relationship, and you know, how I've kind of been navigating the dating world since then. And it was just like really heavy shit. Like, it was just kind of weighing on my mind. And I woke up this morning and I was like, it's time to laugh about it. So we're gonna just kind of recount some of my experiences with males this semester, and we're just gonna have a great time together. And we're gonna like get down and dirty with the details, and maybe it'll be too much information. Maybe it'll make people uncomfortable. I'm probably gonna burn a few bridges, but I just can't bring myself to give a shit. So let's get started. So back in January, I was in a relationship, and we were coming up on our 4-year anniversary. That's a long time. That's like a really long relationship. So anyway, some stuff happened that's not really important. The thing that I want to focus on is that this person that I was in a relationship with felt that an appropriate way to end an almost 4-year relationship was to come up to St. Louis behind my back and move out of the apartment that we had gotten together without telling me, and leave me a note on a crumpled up Jimmy John's receipt from like a month before that my cat had just been batting around, so we probably found it on the floor and uncrumpled it. And then that little note was laying next to my Christmas presents on my kitchen table, which promptly went in the dumpster, because honestly, did you really think I was gonna open those? Yeah, so that happened. Not a good way to end that. I don't know like what part of his brain was like, yes, this is what you should do. This is the way to go about breaking up with this person that you've been in love with for 4 years. Because it was not the way to do it. But that is the way that it was done. So I picked myself back up pretty quickly. I'm actually, like, I pride myself on being a pretty strong and resilient person. Like, I just kind of keep trucking through thick and thin, man. Like, I'm always just going and going. So I started dating this guy that I went to open mic with, and you know, it was fine. It was whatever, like, it wasn't anything super special, but we were having a good time together. And then I would say after maybe date like 5 or 6, he told me that he felt like he had earned the right to have unprotected sex with me. Which is not a thing that you earn. That's not like a milestone. Like, you don't get to date 5 and you're like, oh honey, well, you know what time it is, unsheath it and put it in me. No, that's not a thing. He's also 25 and has never moved out of his parents' house, so you can just make of that what you will. So, got out of there real quick, and then I went on a date with a guy that I also met at open mic, so should probably recognize that pattern. And we went to a bar and got some drinks, and he spent an hour and a half talking about chili. Not the country, the food chili. And ratios of meat to beans to tomatoes and spices and bowls and sizes and what you serve it with. And I cannot tell you how few fucks I gave about chili in that moment. I didn't care. Like, stop telling me about chili. And he also told me a lot about how regularly he gets belligerently intoxicated. And this guy's 28, so like maybe grow up a little bit. And then when I was leaving to go home, he didn't hug me, he didn't like kiss me goodbye or anything. he threw me a peace sign and walked away. And then he called me on my way home and said, I just wanted to let you know how much of a disappointment you are and how boring you are. And I said, are you joking? And he said, I'm mostly kidding. And I said, well, I'm very done. I didn't say that. I just laughed and I hung up. But yeah, that's a, like, one more, last one. So I was seeing this guy for about a month, and I really liked him a lot. He was the first guy, I think, ever that I could so immediately see myself with, that I felt like a instant connection with. I felt very comfortable with him. I really cared about how he was doing and what he was doing and all of his projects and all of these things. And something happened in his life and he really needed to take a step back and just do him for a while, which is fine. And he was like, you know, I don't want to lose touch, like, let's stay friends. And I was like, you know that I like you a lot, so that might be difficult for me, but sure, we can try it. Like, we'll go into these uncharted waters and see what happens. So, you know, we've been talking and Snapchatting and whatever, and it's been fine. So last night, I went out with some other students from my program to kind of celebrate the end of the semester, which has been shitty for everyone, by the way. It's not just me. It's just been a rough semester. So we're all out celebrating, having a good time, whatever. And I Snapchatted him a picture of me holding a vodka gimlet. And I was like, I'm at a party on a rooftop. Life is great. And he Snapchatted me back and he was like, I'm chilling on my friend's couch. Like, I'm so jealous. And I was like, oh my goodness, I miss you. And he was like, hey, so my life is about to change really soon. And I said, oh yeah? How was that? And then he proceeded to tell me, when he knew that I was out with my friends in a Snapchat, that he's going to be a father. He's gonna be a dad. He's gonna be a big old Papa Bear. And we weren't exclusive when we were hanging out. We never talked about being exclusive. So he slept with another girl, which is fine. I mean, you can't be mad about that kind of thing if you don't talk about it. So he slept with her, and she is preggo. So, yeah. Again, what part of his brain told him that Snapchat would be the appropriate medium to give someone that piece of information, especially somebody that you know is into you? Like, what the fuck? It was so unbelievable. I was a fucking wreck last night, obviously, but, you know, sometimes you just gotta laugh about these things because they're so ridiculous. So ridiculous. I don't, how do I find these people? How do they find me? How do I keep dating people that are emotionally retarded? Like, it's just, I don't get it, man, but I quit. I am out of the dating world for the foreseeable future because I just cannot handle it right now. I really can't do it. So I'm gonna date myself for a while, and we're just gonna have a great time, and I'm gonna take myself to movies, and we're gonna get pampered, and we're gonna eat food, and we're gonna hang out with my cat, and like, I'm probably not even gonna shave, and you can deal with it.